You've made it through this far of the semester and you are just now getting to chemical reactions. Woohoo, the fun side of chemistry. So we call different parts of the reactions different things. The reactants, those are the 2 things or 3 things or tons of things or sometimes even one thing that changes in the reaction, but is what you start with. You always start with the reactants and you read these left to right, just like when you're reading a book. So those are on the left side. And then you've got your products, and the products right there, that's what's formed. So you didn't have products before, it's the new thing that's formed. And that's always written on the right side of that reaction arrow. The number of each of the reactants or products is shown using a coefficient, and what that is right there. That 2 in front, that means that there's 2 of this B species right there. Now, there's also understood ones. So this is actually an understood one, and this is an understood one, and we just don't write the ones. Kind of like with NaCl, we don't write a 1 there and a 1 there, but everyone knows that it's there. Same thing. And we call them coefficients. And they are going to be so important in this chapter. An arrow, you already saw it. An arrow is used to indicate that the reaction has occurred. If you're reading this in a word problem, you might hear or notice will produce, yields, forms, those kinds of words. And then between each of the reactants, you're going to always see plus signs. You don't see minuses in chemical reactions. Like if you are losing something, it just means that it's a product is how we put it. If somehow something is lost in the reaction, it's a product. It's not ever subtracted. And then you've got states of matter, and the states of matter are always shown as being in these parentheses here. So there's the states, and so that really just means G is gas, S is solid, L is liquid. So you can see those right there. And AQ stands for aqueous. That means it's dissolved in water, which is the law of the chemistry you do in Gen Chem 1. And finally, remember, the theory of conservation of mass applies. So the number of atoms on the left should be equal or the same as the ones on the right. They're just combined differently. So notice I have a total of 1A here, and I have a total of 1A there. And then I have a total of 2Bs here, and then I have a total of 2Bs there. That little subscript references to the B.